everyone! Do you ever feel anxious about hosting a meeting in English? You are not alone. Leading a meeting can be intimidating, especially if you're not a native speaker. In this video, I will show you 5 easy strategies to lead a successful meeting. They will help you deliver a strong opening, control the pace, and hold your audience accountable. You will also learn some practical phrases along the way. Let's get started. Before you jump into that next meeting, stop and think. What's the goal here? Do you just want to share some information, get approval, make sure everyone's on the same page, or come up with some new ideas? It's super important to set the intention for the meeting and let everyone know what you are aiming for. Let's say you are just sharing information in the meeting. You can say, the objective for today's call is to bring everyone up to speed on. If you want to get approval, try saying, the goal of the meeting is to align on. Would be great to get your sign off on. If the meeting is to collect input in a small group setting, you can say, could I pick your brain on? Could I run a few ideas by you? I've done some work on. Would you mind giving me some pointers? For a large group, you can say, I'd like to use this opportunity to brainstorm. We would love to use the call to collect your input on. Having an agenda is a must when you've got a lot to talk about. It helps you stay on track, gives everyone a clear idea of what to expect, and helps you allocate the right amount of time for each topic. And to make things even easier, try using transitions to keep everything flowing smoothly. It'll make a huge difference. Here's an example of how you can use transitions to present an agenda. I will start off by discussing our vision and scope for the project. Then, John will give us a quick progress update on product design. After that, Sarah will take over and give us the current status on the few development initiatives. Finally, we will wrap up with the implementation plan. Notice how I used transition phrases like start off, then, and wrap up with to guide the audience through the agenda. Other useful transitions include to begin with, followed by, and end with. As a busy professional, it's easy to get caught up in the details of a project and forget to provide context for your audience. But providing context is essential for several reasons. It reminds your audience why they should care about the topic, helps them see how it fits into the bigger picture, and it allows you to address common questions or concerns up front. There are 3 ways you can provide context in your presentations. First, give an overview of the background or history of the topic. For example, you could say, I'd like to provide a refresher on what we accomplished so far. Or, I'd like to briefly recap what we discussed before. Second, emphasize the importance of the topic, ideally using data. For example, you could say, before we delve into the specifics of our marketing strategy, let's take a step back and consider our industry dynamics. 90% of our customers do product research online, so it's important that we adapt our approach accordingly. Finally, provide a disclaimer or qualifier to address common questions up front. For example, before we begin, I wanted to provide a caveat that the survey was conducted during the lockdown and the responses are skewed towards online. As the host, it's up to you to keep things moving along in the meeting and stick to the agenda. Here are some phrases you can use to transition to a new topic. After someone mentions a new point that is relevant to your next agenda item, you can say, that actually leads to my next topic. That's a great segue to my next topic. After the team is done discussing a topic, you can say, moving on to the next item on the agenda. Let's shift gears and discuss. Now that we've covered, let's turn our attention to when someone goes off track, you can say, that warrants a longer discussion. Let's take it offline. Could we come back to this topic? I have to circle back with you on that. Ending a meeting with clear action items is crucial to ensure that all your efforts and discussions do not go to waste. Here are some sentences you can use at the end of a meeting. Let's quickly go over the key takeaways from today's meeting. To summarize, we discussed and identified the following action items. Going forward, it is important that we zero in, double down on, in order to move the project forward. Before we wrap up, let's confirm that everyone is clear on their tasks and the timeline. I hope this video is helpful. I love to hear about your questions and comments. Please share with me in the comment section below this video. If you would like to learn more about business English to advance your career, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you, and I look forward to seeing you next time.